just want to inform you that we are now live on YouTube. Again, kindly share this live with your friends. Once again, this is Alpha TV making hashtag together. Good evening, Alpha Nation. Be ready, grab your snacks and drinks, and find a perfect place in your comfortable home and become hashtag significantly better through sustainable and accessible lifelong learning together. So I'm Melanie Madrigal, the Chief Marketing Officer of Aslex PH, and I will be your host for tonight with this Alpha TV episode. So tonight's event is made possible with the help of our supportive and generous partners. Of course, IXL CIE Review Center, so you can get an additional 500 off if you are a graduate of any APA Premium program. Next is Blessed. Startup Podcast PH. To us, the first Filipino cloud-based analytics platform, so you can get an additional free 90-day trial offer. So you can just visit their website at alpha2us.com for more updates. And of course, again, good evening Alpha Nation to all our Team Zoom and Team YouTube. Excited na ba kayo guys? Kasi I'm very excited with this topic and I hope meron na kayong mga notebook dyan with you para makapag-take down notes tayo later. And again, welcome everyone to Alpha TV in pursuit of knowledge and continuous improvement with ASLEX PH Academy. And we are all happy to have you here tonight, guys. So without further ado, it is my pride and honor to introduce to you our guest speaker for tonight. So let me just read his bio. He is a graduate of Bachelor in Banking and Finance at Polytechnic University of the Philippines. 9 years of experience from shipping to FMCG to shipping to pharmaceutical. 1 year experience as data science mentor and data analytics instructor at Square Labs certifications. Certified Microsoft Power Platform Solutions Architect, data scientist, data analyst, functional consultant, developer, and app maker. Wow. He is also a certified DICT Power BI and Azure, and of course, Lean Six Sigma Green Belt trained. Everyone, please help me welcome our guests by commenting on our comment box. Good evening. So please help me welcome Sir John Vincent Pabello for Alpha TV Continuous Improvement Process Mining. Hi, Sir Vincent. Good evening.
Good evening, Mel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. The floor is yours na po, sir.
Sure, I'll be sharing my screen na. So, yan, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Happy Friday and happy weekend, long weekend later, no? So, ayan. So, hayaan yung tapusin natin ang araw na to in a more productive and somehow awareness sa ating new topic, no? So, this is something new, almost the newest part of the continuous improvement branch. And ayun, I'm excited to share what I've learned and what I've worked on the last year. And I believe this is the more suitable topic, lalo na ngayon na ang dami nating mga projects, ang dami nating mga na-discover sa work, and other fields na rin, no? So hindi lang siya in an isolated way. So on this topic, we can use this on every branch, on every field that we can think of, as long as we have also, of course, the proper platform or the tool na magagamit natin. Kaya I'm proud to share the process mining fundamentals. So this is under a continuous improvement pillar wherein we are discussing ano yung makakapagpasimula na mga business case na ginagawa natin sa mga green belt, yellow belt, black belt. So it can be an added opportunity for us to identify ano yung mga opportunity sa ating trabaho na pwede natin ma-improve. So not just by operations saying to us na, "Oy, ito yung maganda nating improve." But on our own way, using the process mining, we can on our own find those difficulties or pain points, and with that, pwede na tayo makagawa ng mga case studies. But for this topic, I'll just showing to you or discussing to you the fundamentals. And with that, I'll be having a sample lang naman. So what can you say about this image? So as you can see, we are discussing the mining itself, and literal na mining talaga siya. So in your perspective, what can we achieve in mining? In general to so I believe in the parts of Philippines, we have lots of open area mining. We also have underground mining. Pero what is the main purpose of mining in general? Ano yung gusto nating makuha? Or ano ba yung gustong makuha ng mga kumpanya sa pagmimina? So what can you think of an easy reason bakit ang daming nagmimina dito sa Philippines or any kind? Lalo na ang dami sa totoo lang. So kahit dito lang sa Antipolo may mga mining na din. I believe there's a mountain na open mining. And for the Cebu, I think they already have multiple underground mining. So any guess? You can chat below your guess. So in any kind, because whatever you can suggest or answer, ito kasi magre-revolve sa topic natin and bakit natin siya pag-aaralan. So ano ba yung mga punot dulo bakit hindi mine? Anyone? Any guess? Why do we mine? So yan. So according kay Anami, gold. So gold. So ayan. So thank you. So we are having mining basically para makuha tayo ng mga valuable. So any kind of treasure. So any kind of discovery. So we are mining. So tama naman, and this topic also involves a lot of discoveries, no? So yun yung start of a process mining. So before we have those steps, alamin muna natin ano yung importance niya and paano ba siya pumapasok sa picture. So ayan, according kay Lewis, minerals, yes. And other one is process of valuable resources. So ayan, valuable resources. So madami tayo makikita in terms of mining na hindi natin nakikita at surface level. So kailangan natin siyang minahin. So kailangan natin siyang i-deep dive. So yun yung goal natin. So nagpo-flow si process mining sa gitna wherein andito si business intelligence. So if you're familiar with the business intelligence, they are having the continuous improvement drive sa isang company. So they are involved and responsible on providing projects or providing efficiencies, quality assurance. For process science, they are involved naman in operational excellence. And then for data mining, ito na yung mga IT team natin wherein they are responsible in handling all those data na meron tayo. And they are doing a lot of transformation, linis, and then ilalagay sa isang dashboard. So all of this, itong tatlong circles na to, if we combine them, then we can have process mining. So ibig sabihin, the process mining is inside or in this three pillars wherein it revolves all around these topics and napakahalaga na kailangan tatlo itong pillars na ginagalawan niya to have a more valuable approach and result. Kasi kung ang isa dito is missing, then it cannot be called as process mining anymore. So it can be other project like pwedeng case study lang siya, pwedeng project in a surface level. Pero if you want to have a proper and efficient way of doing process mining, these three pillars should be in all aspect or should be always in your activity in process mining. Ayan, so sabi nga dito, it is an interdisciplinary approach. So nothing in these three pillars should be left behind. So laging tatlo yan. And going on to the next, we have our samples. No? So this is the mga pinakasikat na process mining tools na meron tayo. And then later on, ipakita ko sa inyo paano ba siya nag-work or paano ba siya in a sense na paano natin siya magagamit in our process. But for the meantime, this is our available commercially. So if you're having a lot of process mining activities, then more likely one of this na sikat na tools ay meron kayo. So for example, the Celonis, ito yung pinakauna na nag-discover ng process mining. They are also the first one to have a commercially available process mining in any kind of business. And then followed by the UiPath, wherein this is the most recent one, wherein it has a more advanced options. So more on task mining tool is their own strength aside from process mining. So they also have the task mining, wherein they integrate the artificial intelligence to identify yung mga activities ng ating employees. So for example, ang isang request natin magfo-flow siya sa sales and then pupunta siya sa finance, magfo-flow siya sa production. So any kind of activity, it can be handled smoothly sa kanilang task mining. So we also have Signavio. So if you're familiar with the SAP, no? So we have the enterprise resource planning natin ng SAP, and we have also the Signavio wherein they merge into one company to provide a process intelligence, providing process mining. So this is the forte now ng Signavio. We're indirectly connected siya sa mga SAP system natin. So I believe most of the companies right now are using the SAP. So the best choice for them to have is kumuha ng Signavio tool for their process mining. And then lastly, we have also the IBM process mining as well. So they also have the same functionality from the tree. So they discover, monitor, and optimize business process by extracting yung data nila from the ERP. So all of these tools provide the very basic and robust process mining for all the companies. So depende na lang kung gaano ka-important yung mga functions ng kada tools na 'to in providing the necessary on the companies. So for me, I've been using the Signavio before when I was a process mining specialist. Currently, I'm using the Celonis, but for the rest, we also have some minor process mining. We can have the Power Automate process mining as well. But on the more complete package, itong Celonis and Signavio are the more widely used now sa mga companies when they are doing the process mining. So any kind of new discovery or like sabihin natin itong process mining is bagong-bago lang. So nagsisimula pa rin siya sa yung history natin, no? So they all started when the researchers nag-deep dive muna sila during the 1990s, and they discover lots of process models and they want to do it automatically. So kung napapansin nyo, when you experience manual checking ng mga trabaho nyo, ang hirap mag-backtrack, di ba? So ang hirap sundan, saan ba nanggaling yung isang case ID, saan ba nanggaling itong ID na 'to. So hindi tayo aware ano yung nangyayari on behalf, and sumusunod ba talaga sa process yung mga nagfo-flow, yung mga nagpa-process ba natin ng mga tao, sinusundan ba talaga nila yung status quo natin, sinusundan ba nila yung SOP, yung mga standard procedures. Hindi natin alam yun kasi sobrang manual ngayon and hindi natin alam paano pa siya ma-automate. So yun yung nagiging dilemma before. Kaya there have researchers na nag-start doing the process models automatically. So all of the events, lahat ng mga steps, lahat ng mga nagpo-flow, so ina-analyze na nila yun and kung sumusunod ba talaga sa process. So per event kasi ang tawag natin doon. So kada gawa ng isang request, gawa ng gawa. So dapat lahat 'yan sumusunod sa standard procedure. So ang isang mamali lang doon, dapat recorded mo na, uy, may isang tao dito hindi tama ang ginawa. So dapat recorded siya. So nagkakaroon na tayo ng mga analysis or nagkakaroon na tayo ng mga discovery na, ay, may mga variance, may mga pagkakaiba-iba na sa ating standard. So that's the time that the process mining actually started, having all those differentiation, having those variations during the 1990s. The researchers started with that. Followed by 1 decade later, 2000. So they focus more on algorithms and techniques for mining processes from event data. So they focus more now sa nakakita nilang event data. So napansin nila nagkakaroon na ng hindi laging standard ang ginagawa ng mga tao. So magfo-focus tayo dun, and that's the time that they provide more algorithms, more techniques in defining ano yung mga nagko-cause and gaano kalaki yung impact ng mga variation ng mga processes na 'to na hindi nasunod sa ating standards. The term process mining actually started 2004 pa, so it was coined by Professor Will Van der Ast and others. So they are a group of researchers during that time, no? So bagong-bago pa lang, 2 decades pa lang itong process mining, and they started providing a proper name to it. So I believe continuous improvement, Kaizen, Kanban, Lean Six Sigma, lots of it came way back decades pa. But the process mining is just a baby. Pero even though process mining is just a baby, napakahalaga na niya when we put into picture in terms of continuous improvement. So the PM is actually the starting point. It can be a starting point of every kind of process improvement or any kind of continuous improvement that we have. So kung nag-struggle tayo sa company natin maghanap ng project or makahanap ng pwedeng ma-improve, lalo na kung ang trabaho natin ay magbigay ng improvements. So a process mining tool can provide us an actual case study that will start up or will trigger a business case that will eventually have a continuous improvement. So followed by 2011, so we already have the task force na of process mining. So it's more on an association wherein they aim to standardize the terminology, algorithm, benchmark. So specifically, ano ba yung magiging terminologies and ano yung magiging standard approach natin in doing the process mining. So ito yung way of working the process mining. So this is the standardization of process mining across the globe. So everyone that is a practitioner, researchers, so they must adhere to this process mining task force, wherein all those standards must be used on their doing of process mining. So followed by 2012, we already have the conference of process mining. So this was the first. And that's the present time. So we already have a lot of process mining tools, as I've mentioned a while ago. Most companies already implement this process mining in their own department, probably under the data or IT department, probably under a business excellence or business intelligence or any kind of business process excellence team. So they are now, we are now expanding. So they are now integrating the process mining team or process mining processes in the ecosystem of the whole businesses. And we are still evolving rapidly and leveraging advancements, lalo na ngayon na we are in the age of AI, we are in the age of data science, data analytics, machine learning, and with the help of those techniques and tools available, process mining is now evolving more or rapidly and much more accurate than before, since we are now providing a safer and a more concrete uh, discoveries of the process mining. So that's the whole timeline, and I hope you appreciate more the process mining, lalo na kung ma-encounter niyo siya sooner or later. And if you encounter it when you are discussing a continuous improvement, process mining will just pop up, because process mining is the start or the trigger of any, or can be a trigger of any kind of continuous improvement projects. And yeah, how does it work? So process mining in terms of what? In terms of who, in terms of when. So definitely you need an event. So in terms of an event, you need a case ID. So for example, there's a transaction wherein an invoice is given to us for us to pay. So an invoice will flow. Let's say, for example, an accounts payable department. So that's the first step. So it was received by the accounts payable. So that's already answering the question who. And then what? Define what you need to analyze and define the life cycle of this case we want to learn or analyze. So we already have the case ID of the invoice. So what do we need? So we need the information. We need the timestamp, when, and then the categories or any kind of details that can be extracted from a case ID. So again, case ID is a transaction. It's a one row of your data. So that's how we define what do we need in terms of case ID inside a process mining. And then lastly, when. So this is the very important thing, the timestamp. So every system. So let's say, for example, you are using Oracle, you are using SAP, you are using any kind of enterprise system, they have the minimum requirement of having timestamp. So any kind of transaction that we receive, any kind of processes that we provide or process, there is a certain timestamp for each row. So the timestamp is a great help for us to identify the flow of the case ID from one department to another department until it flow until the last department. And you can basically track whatever action it happened during those departments. So later I will show you a illustration of those case IDs, what do we need by them and when. So let's check for the next one. So maybe a lot of you will be confused. We already have data mining already, so why do we need process mining? So the process mining is basically differentiation of the data mining per se. So the main difference of them is that data mining is basically answering the what. What do we need? What is the data? What is the status? What comprise? What happened? So it's already available. So you just need to get it's like getting all the available resources in your database. So it's just getting what is already provided to you. So that is data mining. So the idea is to discover relationship. How can you predict? How can you do the inputting of the data mining to the tables with data? So any kind of loading, any kind of relationships connecting tables to tables, any kind of analysis that requires predictions. So this is more likely will fall under the data mining. On the other hand, process mining, so this already answers the why. So for the data mining, you already answered the what. So what now? So why? So like for example, you have columns there that you have categories. So you have categories that can be put in a data mining perspective, but you must answer it by why. Why do we need those categories? Why do we need having this column? So we need to answer it why. So this will fall under the process mining, and they are more concerned on how this information is being gathered and how it fits into the process as a whole, because we're not just checking the connection, but we are checking it in a whole perspective. And how do we see it affect the overall, because every transaction have their own details, have their own steps, and how do these steps affect the entirety of the process. So let's say, for example, the process is processing the invoice, and there's a one step that is blocking the invoice. So why do you need blocking? So why? In data mining, you just get yeah, what is the blocking of invoice? So you get the details of blocking of invoice. But in process mining, you will now seek answer. You will now question the reliability and validity of each steps. Why do you need those blocking steps? Why do you need these steps? Is it value adding? Is it necessary? Is it important? So you need to discover and assess whether it needs to be included in the entirety of the process. So that is the idea. So to discover, to improve, and to monitor the overall business process. So if you are now having these thoughts that if we go back to the second slide or the third slide, the three pillars, we are now already answering the data mining and the business process. So these are the two main definition right now. So we are now already discussing the relevance of process mining and how it fits in those pillars. So again, the input to process mining analysis are event logs, audit trails, data and events stamped in the IT system. So again, like I mentioned, the process mining will rely mostly on the timestamps. That's why we need the when question. So we need the date and time. So when did it happen? When did it flow to another department? When did it finish? When did it start? What is the overall duration of these steps, and what's the overall duration of the whole process? But again, we have similarities. So data mining and process mining will fall under the business intelligence or business excellence, and they will help the business to improve performance based on the different kinds of analysis based on your focus. So if you're focusing more on data mining, then you can focus more on predictions, focus more on efficiencies, focus more on cleaning up data, focus more on reports. But for process mining, you can focus more on continuous improvement, solutions, gathering of any kind of ideas that will later improve the overall performance of the business. And they are using both algorithms. They are both using different kinds of algorithms to understand the big data and also use the machine learning if required. So we are in the AI era. So all the artificial intelligence that is available, we can use it. We can also leverage the use of ChatGPT. We can use the other large language modeling, or any kinds of big data tools. Or you can use the dashboard itself, the with data visualization or any kind of dashboard that can provide you a quick way to show any kind of discoveries. So both data mining and process mining will use those tools in order for them to provide a proper output for us. I hope this is clear. And is there any questions so far? Any kind of confusion? Okay pa naman? Hindi pa naman nosebleed? Hindi pa naman information overload? Ayan, so again, let's ask again the question, why is it important and ano ba yung relevance nito? Bakit ba natin kailangan? Bakit parang extra department lang ini, parang extra task lang ini? So we need process mining, and you will appreciate it more if you are in a chaotic workplace wherein there's no standard. So there's no, kumbaga, there's a standard pero hindi siya nasusunod. So either of the two, magulo. So, in order for us to appreciate more the process mining, we need to put it into perspective na it will help us understand what is happening really in the process and what can we do about it. So, mainly, it provides us discovery agad eh. So, when we have the process mining tools or platforms, those samples na pinrovide ko kanina or minention ko kanina, they provide the basic discovery of the process. So let's say, for example, the step-by-step process of doing the invoice, step-by-step doing of the t-shirt delivery or t-shirt processing. So let's say, for example, a small business conducting a t-shirt printing. No? So each step, when you put it into a process mining tool, ilalatag mo dyan ano yung step para makagawa ka ng t-shirt. So from the receiving of the order, to receiving of payment, to processing ng t-shirt, to delivery, hanggang ma-close. So lahat ng steps ilalatag mo. And by the use of discovery function of a process mining, malalaman mo na agad dito ano yung time spent, saan siya napupunta na department or team, sino ba yung napaprocess. Kaya meron tayo dito na data collection and pre-processing in terms of the discovery function. So you have a system already na dito nyo nilalag yung mga request orders. So ginagamit natin siya in process mining para malagay natin siya sa discovery. And then the next is process discovery na. So nakalatag na yung step by step from start to finish, andito na. And malalaman natin ano yung pagkakasunod-sunod and sino ba yung naiiba. So let's say for example, isang t-shirt, tama naman yung process. Nasa maayos na flow siya, happy flow nga eh. Pero isang request ng t-shirt, dumaan sa other process. So hindi siya dumaan sa sales, dumiretso agad siya sa production. So may lumaktaw ka na agad na t-shirt request, and then if you are seeing it in a discovery, you can see na hindi na siya tugma doon sa flow, proper flow of your process steps. And may variation ka na, meron ka nang naiiba. Na later on, ipakita ko yung quick ano lang naman, representation on how we see the variations. And then next, we have the conformance. Conformance checking, ito na yung standards, no? So, sumusunod ba yung mga transactions natin sa standard? So, lahat ba na transaction natin tama? Legal ba? Na-audit ba siya ng tama? So, kung lahat ng yan pasok sa standard, then you already have the conformance checking. And then again, if hindi nga siya sumusunod sa proper flow or sa standard, of course, may iba. Iba na yung flow. So, instead na isang line ka lang, may nagba-branch out na iba kasi hindi siya nasa proper flow, nasa proper steps. May lumalaktaw, may naliligaw, may nagsho-shortcut, may nalo-long method. So, that's conformance checking. So, checking of the standards. And then we also have the performance analysis wherein ano na yung mga metrics. Gaano ba siya katagal? Ilang cases or transactions ba yung naliligaw? Gaano ba siya katagal in totality? So, lahat ng mga KPI or mga metrics, lahat ng time spent, lahat ng volume, so we can also see it in the process mining. So, in terms of performance analysis, it can already provide you a quick glance ng mga data na to. And then, in the performance analysis, since nakikita na nga natin yung mga variation, hindi nasunod sa standard, identify na agad natin na ito, dito nagtatagal itong mga transactions sa atin sa steps na to or sa department na to. So, kita agad natin na merong pain point, meron na agad bottleneck. So, pwede na tayong mag-focus dun kahit wala pang conclusion. Pero at first glance, if you're using a process mining tool, then you can already see na meron tayong problema sa step na to. Dito tayo nagtatagal. And then lastly, we also have enhancement. Kaya nga meron tayong continuous improvement because after all the process mining analysis, after all that we do, the next or the end goal talaga dito is to provide a case study para mabibigyan natin siya sa mga management or to other business intelligence or business excellence or any project managers for them to create a proper case study out of your analysis. So, any kind of enhancement, redesign, any kind of elimination ng steps, it will happen after your case study kasi na-discover mo siya eh. So, nakita mo na siya during your process mining. And then, the last part is, magagamit yon ng mga project managers on their improvement in the business. So, that's how process mining will fit under the continuous improvement in the projects and how do we contribute. So, we provide the data, we provide the analysis, we provide the pattern. So, we provide, ito talaga yung basis, ito yung naging scope natin. Ito yung magiging simula ng magiging project. So, let's say for example, we have raw data from an SAP. So, let's say for example, this is a purchase order wherein a process is to create a purchase order. So, after anything else, the first step is to have the receiving of the support ticket. Next is the remote test. Next is the expert on site. And then lastly is the detailed troubleshoot. So this is the overall process. And then nandito tayo sa remote test. And then we identify ano yung mga kailangan natin. So we have the doc date, documentation date. So this is already the timestamp that we need. And then we also have case ID here. So yan. So meron na tayong dito case ID din na magagamit para matrack saan to magfo-flow on the next step. So for example, mapupunta na siya sa expert on-site, the document ID will flow to another department, and then we will also have another date. So on this pattern, alam natin tama ba yung pupuntahan niya and gaano ba katagal. So kailangan ba umabot siya ng 2 days before completing the next steps o dapat 1 day lang. So we have different kind of service level agreements na kailangan on these steps tapos mo agad. Pero kung lumagpas ka doon o hindi mo siya nasunod, it can be a flag. So moving on, so we already know the importance. So we check na ano yung mga events and attributes. So, ano yung events? So, event, ito yung pinupuntahan ng ating mga transaction. So, in a simple term, this is the flow. So, for example, the case ID, as you can see, the 165977716 flow sa issue reported muna. So, this is the event name. And then, when. So, ito yung timestamp. So, nag-flow muna siya sa issue reported, napunta siya sa field visit, napunta sa resolution. So, nagfo-flow siya on this events. So, this is the event log. So, saan ba siya napupunta? And then, on the other hand, the attribute, it requires at least a case ID and can contain more attributes to a case. So, the case ID now will have different attributes or different details o data. Sabihin natin data na meron ng isang case ID. So, again, the event will have a multiple events, kaya nga events. So, ang isang case ID will have multiple events. So, mapupunta siya sa iba't ibang events. It can flow from one department to the 9th department. So, depende sa process nyo kung gaano siya ka-complex. Basta the event will have a timestamp of each. It will also have a specific event name. So, itong case ID nito pupunta sa isang event, pupunta sa isa pang event hanggang sa matapos siya. So, end-to-end siya. Likewise, for the attribute, we will also have the case ID, but we will be having multiple attributes to it. So, mga data na meron sa isang case ID. Clear? 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 Yan, clear. Clear naman. Ayan, so medyo technicality na. So, are you familiar with a process map? So, if you're not yet familiar with the process map, so we have a swim lane. So, kaya tong swim lane is kasi para siyang swimming pool. So, we have the first layer here, swimming. So, from left to right, para ka lang nagsiswim. Kaya swim lane ang tawag dito sa diagram na to. So, what I want to show here is that paano ba natin makikita yung mga event and attribute. Kanina, minention ko na ang event, ito yung nagpo-flow on different events. I mean, yung case ID nagpo-flow sa different events, nagpo-flow sa different departments. Again, we are plotting saan ba yung mga events and then ano ba yung mga attributes ito. So, the case attribute, it is the same for all events in the case. And then for the event attribute can vary for all events. So again, the event, nakikita nyo siya dito sa sales, napunta siya sa receive customer order. And then yung mga blue ones, ito yung mga attributes niya. So ito yung mga details meron sa isang case. And then flow naman siya sa warehouse. So we have the send t-shirt to printing department and then print na daw yung t-shirt doon sa printing. So after ma-print na yung t-shirt, we also have another event here. And then, ibabalik na siya sa warehouse wherein marireceive na nila yung printed t-shirt. After receiving ng printed t-shirt, pwede nang ipadala yung t-shirt. So, same pa rin yan. Yung nakikita niyong blue ones, this is the attribute. So, ito yung kailangan natin na attribute sa isang case. So, hindi yun magbabago. Para-paras lang siya. But for the event, ito yung magbabago per department. So, napunta siya sa sales, may material module siya, napunta siya sa AD, ibang event naman siya. And then we also have the last event wherein receive delivery confirmation na and happy na si customer na meron siyang product. So, as you observe, we have the case attribute same. Pero yung event attribute, mag-iiba-iba siya. So, ang tinitingnan dito sa process mine is all the events, kung ang transaction is nagpo-flow ba siya ng tama sa mga departments na to. Clear? So, again, case is the same sa lahat ng events. So, hindi magbabago yun kahit mapunta pa siya ng ibang department. So kung ang category niya ay premium, premium pa rin yan kahit anong department siya mapunta. Ang event attribute, ito yung nagbabago-bago ng department. So ang event, napunta siya sa sales, napunta siya sa warehouse, napunta siya sa printing. So that is what we call an event. Nagbabago-bago siya, pero same lang ng case ID. Clear? Yan. So, I hope di siya masyadong confusing as of now. I believe the process mining can be a lot to absorb, lalo na kung nagsimula sa identifying ano yung process mining, ano yung importance. And now, dito naman tayo sa more technical, which is more on data. So like I mentioned kanina, hindi lang siya process improvements. It can also imply process science and also data mining. So andito na tayo sa sa data mining perspective ng process mining. So we have the extract, which is kinukuha natin yung mga kailangan natin na data sa mga websites or sa mga database na meron tayo sa company. And then tina-transform natin siya, nililinis, dinadagdagan ng mga columns, pinapalitan, inaayos, and then ilo-load na natin siya sa folder or any kind of storage. Pwede i-load na agad sa dashboard. So this is what we call extract, transform, load. So mahalaga-mahalaga 'to sa process mining kasi kinukuha lang talaga natin yung data sa SAP or kung saan mang data ang meron tayo na may mga process. So let's say for example, kanina yung t-shirt, nagsimula muna siya sa na-receive natin yung orders. So paano ba natin sine-save yung mga data ng mga orders? Doon natin kukunin yung mga data na kailangan natin linisin at gagawan ng process mining. So this is a very crucial part and I believe kalahati ng trabaho sa process mining puro linis lang talaga. Kasi yung pag-analyze, masasabi ko na madali siya basta nagawa mo ng maayos itong processing ng mga data, nalinis mo ng tama, alam mo yung kinuha mo, para pagdating sa analysis, basa ka na lang, compare ka na lang, and mas mapapadali yung buhay kung talagang dito pa lang sa extract, transform, and load, tama na ang nagawa natin. Kasi sa process mining, the data is very important and will have an impact sa magiging output or sa magiging analysis natin. So again, extract, it involves kung saan natin kukunin yung data. Transform, it involves cleaning or linis ng data. Kung dadagdag ka pa ng columns, kung i-connect mo pa siya sa kung saan mang tables. And lastly, load, kung ilalagay mo ba siya sa folder or saan mo siya gagamitin. So that's what we call ETL, extract, transform, load. Ayan. So we also have the variance. So like I mentioned kanina, sumusunod tayo dapat sa isang standard ng process. So kung ang SOP nyo is dapat from customer, mag-order siya ng t-shirt, mapupunta siya sa sales department na receive customer order, mapupunta siya sa warehouse na mag-ship, magpe-print, and then lastly, magbi-bill out kay finance, dapat yun lang. Pero ang nangyayari sa kumpanya, minsan nagsho-shortcut eh. So parang from customer down to warehouse or customer to finance, nagsho-shortcut or naglo-long cut, minsan umuulit. So in terms of process mining, nakikita agad natin ano yung variance, ano yung pagkakaiba-iba ng kada transaction na meron ka. So sa illustration na 'to, we can see na ang daming line na hindi properly following kung ano yung standard. So they have one with printed t-shirt is ordered, dumiretso sa received customer order, isa print t-shirt muna, then ship goods, and then isa nag-book additional cost pa. So in process mining, you can see it already. Yun nga lang, kulang lang yung oras natin to have a proper demo and to explain to you further and mas ma-appreciate nyo sana siya. But this is the quickest way I can find para ma-visualize nyo paano nagpe-play yung process mining in identify ano yung pagkakaiba-iba ng mga steps, pagkakaiba-iba ng mga transactions natin in terms of steps. So, dito pa lang sa t-shirt, in this example, kita agad natin na hindi lahat ng napa-process ng t-shirt sumusunod sa standard. So, yung iba dito hindi simula sa first step pa lang, and yung iba hindi sumusunod sa last step. So, nagkakaroon tayo ng mga pagkakaiba-iba, and ang magiging results kasi nito is tumatagal, eh. Instead na ang SLA mo is 7 days, may nagawa ka ng t-shirt. So, kung maglo-long cut ka, magiging 10 days, and magko-cost pa siya na additional cost kasi nga yung oras mo as an employee, yung utilities na ginawa or na-consume, yung logistics sa paglilipat-lipat kung saan man. So, ang daming involved na expense, and ang daming nasasayang kasi nga hindi tayo nasunod sa tamang process. So, mahalaga na makita agad natin yung mga variants na 'to para mapag-focus agad tayo saan tayo dapat magsimula. Ito yung fo-focus natin, ipa-prioritize natin. Ito yung sasabihin natin sa ating case study eventually. And dito magsisimula yung mga continuous improvement. So, if we are saying na sa sales pa lang hindi tayo nagkakatugma-tugma, then let's go for it. Let's start with that. Let's start our continuous improvement in the sales department by blah, blah, blah. So, in that case, back up ka na ng process mining data, meron ka ng project. So, gano'n siya nagfo-flow in terms of process mining team inside the company, and using this variance as an example on where can we start. Medyo maliit lang pala, pero anyway, gusto ko lang ipakita dito na in terms of the process discovery, this is the basic function or basic feature ng ating process mining tools on any kind of tools na meron kayong makikita. Tinatawag namin 'tong spaghetti. Kasi kapag in-expand pa siya, sa sobrang dami ng variation, sa sobrang hindi standard ng lahat ng transaction sa isang process, nagkakaroon siya ng sanga-sanga. So, instead na isang line lang siya from first step to sixth step, dapat isang line lang yun, eh. Pero si customer pupunta sa isang area, si sales department mag-a-ask sa isang department. So, instead na sinusunod nilang lahat yung proper way of doing the process, nagkakaroon ng variation. So, kung nage-gets niyo na ang daming na nahihiwalay, ang daming line, so we have other lines here in the left side. So, ito yung nagiging variation. So, instead na dumiretso ka na lang sana sa confirmation of order, nagkaroon ka pa ng approval. So, instead na confirm na agad yung order, nagpa-approve ka pa. So, in that way, tumagal pa yung order. Possible na maka-damage siya ng reputation kasi magiging dissatisfied si customer. So, andun yung mga repercussions natin, no? Kung bakit ang daming variations. And this is also being viewed sa process discovery. Kaya sa sobrang dami ng variations, nagiging spaghetti na siya sa sobrang dami ng line na outside doon sa standard natin. So, instead na ganitong line lang siya, sa mga complex process, when we are doing invoices, when we are doing the sales, when we are doing production, possible yan may mga humihiwalay o hindi nasunod sa standard. Nagko-cause siya ng napakadaming branching out of lines. So, we call that spaghetti para madali niyong ma-identify. Yeah, but we call it as process discovery in a formal term. So, we are using it kung nakikita man namin ilan yung hindi nasunod sa process. Makikita rin kasi dito kung gaano katagal siya nag-spend doon sa step na yun. And then kapag tinotal mo siya from first step, nagdagdag pa siya ng 3 step. Nagdagdag pa siya ng processing time sa overall na dapat 7 days lang. So, kitang-kita agad siya dito sa process discovery. Clear? Clear? Process discovery? spaghetti. Ayan. So, right now, we have an analysis wherein, as I mentioned kanina, yung spaghetti, ito kasi maliit na spaghetti lang. So, itong process discovery na 'to, it highlights saan matagal and saan madami yung variation. So, as you can see, we have the rectangular that represents steps. Maliit lang siya, sorry. Pero ang gusto ko lang pakita dito is yung mga naka-rectangular na 'to is they represent as the proper steps. Ito yung standard natin. Pero yung mga line na yan, yung mga gray line, gray line means variation. Talagang humiwalay siya sa proper flow. And then yung red line, it represents na napakatagal niya sa variation na yun. It costs 5 days. So, it creates multiple days pa instead na diniretso niya na lang sa proper flow. So, makikita natin na ito yung mga pwede nating umpisahan, pwede nating ipag-focus. So, pwede natin sabihin na sa steps na 'to, sa events na 'to, ito yung mga nakita natin na pwede nating ma-improve. So, ano ba yung mga departments na nandito? So, pwede tayong magsimula doon ng investigation. And then we also have dashboard, yung mga charts and graphs natin to support ano yung mga nakita natin from our discovery. So, for all the tools na meron tayo, Celonis, Signavio, they have lots of graph. So, they represent all the necessary details na makakatulong sa inyong discovery. Oops, and lastly, so last na tayo. So, management presentation, no? So, wala akong mabigay kasi medyo ano siya, confidential. But come to think of it in this simplified section. So if you're doing the management presentation ng mga process mining case studies natin, we can start with the description. So ano yung mga nakita natin? So pwede natin ipakita yung dashboard kanina. So you can provide ano yung high level amount na nagko-cause ng variation na 'to. And then pwede natin pakita na ganito kadami yung mga variation sa isang process. And then outcome, ano yung pwedeng makuha base dun sa study? Pwede kayo magkaroon ng savings annually ng 1 million euros. So you can have that kind of outcome. And then you can also use the presentation to communicate what you've discovered. So in terms of providing a high level, you will have partner with your project manager para masabi and ma-defend nyo na we are really having this variation, we are really having bottlenecks dito sa ating process. And napakahalaga na ma-communicate natin siya because it might lead to misinformation or ma-mislead natin si management. Baka kasi ang gusto lang sana natin masabi is to improve or to eliminate some steps pero baka iba interpretation. So napakahalaga na you can communicate also what you've discovered kasi sayang yung naging processing kung sa communication pa lang ng report or ng output, mamamali na tayo. And then that's the time that you can have a proper conclusion is that you can provide recommendation. So in terms of process mining specialist, you can already provide recommendations na dito tayo pwedeng mag-focus. Ito yung bottlenecks. Kasi if we can differentiate it from the project managers can already provide efficiencies. But for you as a process mining, you can check ano yung bottlenecks agad. So ito agad, kita na agad. Dito na po kayo mag-focus. We can recommend to have eliminate the steps, revisit the steps. Ito yung mga process na pwedeng unahin. Ito yung mga departments na pwede nating ayusin. So all those kind of recommendations must be presented on a most in a layman's term para makakuha agad tayo ng buy-in sa kanila, sa mga management. And with that, I hope from the start of our mining, so ang dami nating na-mine ngayon na data ng mga processes. So, I hope na nakatulong itong fundamentals nito in your awareness na meron palang ganito in our company or in our age ngayon na akala lang natin we're just doing automation, we're just doing projects, but uh, on the middle part, there's a sweet spot that is called process mining that can help you in identifying sa mga improvements pa. So, hindi tayo mawawalan ng mga ideas or ng solutions. Basta meron lang tayong proper tool to leverage on this process mining. And with that, sana natuto kayo and sana may napulot kayo. And thank you everyone. So you can have the AskLex page on this email, on this website, and this phone. And with that, thank you everyone for joining me today on this lecture. Back to you, Mel.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Vincent. Grabe, ang ganda ng presentation up onto management presentation talaga na-discuss din ni Sir Vincent. So, right now, so let me just share my screen para makita natin ng... Hold on. Yeah, perfect. So, ayan guys, I know you have a lot of questions in mind. So, this is the perfect time to hear the answers from our very own guest for tonight, Sir Vincent. So, kaya naman at our Q&A part for Alpha TV is officially here now. Ayan guys, if you have any question, you can use our chat box, and on YouTube, you can just comment on our live. Sorry. So guys, make sure you can make the most out of it since Sir Vincent is here for us to answer those questions. Yan, medyo siya yung ating audience right now, but sure will be okay. Someone raised her hand, Anami, so you can wait. Let me check if pwede mo i-open yung iyong microphone. All right. Hi, Anami. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Sorry, I think medyo mahina yung voice.
Okay.
Any questions po?
Hello?
Yes po.
Ayan, okay naman yung ano ko.
Yeah.
Okay, sige, thank you. So yan, once again, good evening to all of you. So earlier kasi na-mention ni Sir Vince na itong process mining na to is not only for, pwede siya sa lahat ng ating industry. So for this one, my question is, as an experienced mentor, what will be your advice to those who are planning to have their career in data analytics from scratch? Thank you.
Advice ko sa mga mag-start pa lang sa data analytics is to have proper discussion, no? So, ang dami kasing nagkakaroon ng misinterpretation na kapag data analytics, kuha lang tayo ng kuha ng data. Pero eventually, binabalikan tayo sa credibility and consistency. So, ito kasing process mining is one way of a data analysis na din. But if you're starting from scratch, you must know saan ka kukuha, tama ba yung kukuhanan mo, naging maayos ba yung alignment mo with the owners ng data? Kasi possible na meron kayong misalignment in the first pa lang 'no, so kailangan ma-settle down agad 'yun. Malinaw na agad na etong columns na 'to ay para dito, etong rows na 'to ay para dito, and wala magkakaroon ng assumption. So lahat fact-based, lahat, ah, may proof, and hindi kayo magkakaroon ng, ah, paano ba, conflict in the end kasi yun yung nagiging cause ngayon, yung mga data governance and yung nagkakaroon ng kabatuhan ng mga data questions na bakit niyo ginamit 'to, hindi naman tama, hindi reliable data niyo. So, unang-una pa lang you need to have a buy-in sa mga owners ng data, and you need to clear out ano yung mga possible hot issues na mag-a-arise. So, mahirap siya, sobrang hirap niya ma-identify, and all those years na experience ko, wala talagang perfect sa data world, walang perfect sa company. So, you need to really have multiple alignments sa mga management and sa mga owners ng data. Yun lang.
Alright, thank you so much for that answer. And thank you so much then, Ma'am Anami, for that question of yours. Ayan, kindly chat lang if, sir, if satisfied ka ba with the answer of our guest. So, ayan, or if you have any further question, just let us know. Alright, thank you so much, Ma'am Anami Bagno. Did I pronounce it right? But ayan guys, I think I'll be catering 2 more questions. So let me just read those questions here, or raise your hand then if you want to speak then like Ma'am Anami. Let me check din on YouTube. So wala tayong question on YouTube. Here on Zoom and guys, don't be shy. So yeah, I think wala na tayong question for tonight's event. So Sir Vincent, may we know if where we can connect with you if meron pang further question ng ating mga audience right now.
May nag-question sa'kin kaya lang direct message 'to. Okey lang ba J. Christian, or paano ba J. Christian?
Sure, sir.
Sige, answer ko na lang din. Question niya kasi kung mahirap ba gumamit ng Power BI in creating dashboards, and ginagamitan po ba ito ng macro function? Before kasi I only use pivot for creating dashboard and gathering data. Ayan, so thank you for that question, J. Christian. So siyempre ang Power BI is hindi lang siya pang dashboard, puwede kang magkaroon ng automation. Lalo na yung data mo is, magulo yung format or kulang-kulang. Sa Power BI kasi halos andun na lahat ng processing na kailangan mo, linis, magdagdag ka ng column, palitan mo yung date, palitan mo yung pangalan. Hindi mo na kailangan mag-pivot. So, hindi mo na kailangan mag-macro. So, kung nasanay ka dati sa macro plus pivot, sa Power BI, if you will search for it pa, andun na yung functionalities niya na from extraction, kung kinuha mo yung data mo from any kind of source, mata-transform niya ng lahat, halos lahat ng puwede mong maisip, puwede mo i-combine yung mga columns, so any kind, lahat ng linis, lahat ng nagagawa ng macro puwede niyang gawin. And then puwede mo na siyang i-load agad sa Power BI for pivot. So, puwedeng kahit anong klaseng chart or graph. So, yun nga yung sinasabi ko kanina na ETL, extract, transform, load, na puwede siyang magawa in terms of Power BI, and makikita mo na agad yung analysis in a clean way. So, yun, madali siya if yun lang ifo-focus mo. So, kung dati nag-e-Excel ka, nagma-macro, nagpi-pivot, Power BI, mas magandang aralin na natin ngayon yung mga advanced analysis na tool, yung mga pang-visualize. So, yan, tama na if you are aiming to have Power BI as your main tool, then go for it kasi napakahalaga na niya ngayon lalo na sa career world natin. Ang dami ng nag-a-ask ng ganyan klase ng skills.
Alright, thank you so much, Sir Vincent. So do we have another question pa ba or wala na? So I guess wala na pong question from our audience. So Sir Vincent, baka sa inyo may nag-PM pa po? Wala na.
Wala na. Pero if meron pa kayong questions after this, you can connect me through LinkedIn, no? So, you have my details naman, Mel, no?
Yes po. So ayan, everyone, I'll be commenting na lang on Facebook yung happening now na post yung LinkedIn profile ni Sir Vincent Pabelo if you have any further question or ayan, pwede kayong mag-connect sa kanya through LinkedIn. So again, thank you so much everyone, and then Sir Vincent, and maraming salamat. Ayun, on behalf of everyone here today, thank you so much po for speaking to us about process mining. So ayan, we will be contacting you via Jaira to give your token of appreciation. So once again, on behalf of Alpha Team or Alpha Family, thank you so much, Sir Vincent Paveli, for tonight's another episode of Alpha TV. So right now we have 86 participants on Zoom, and then on YouTube we have like 12 million, like 12 viewers. So ayan guys, next time if makapag-reach tayo ng around 100, we'll be having our raffle. So ayan, if you're here watching right now, I suggest, ayan, pwede niyong i-share din yung ating live para mas maraming maka-reach. So right now, may I request everyone to please open your camera for a quick photo. Oh. Ayan, sige. First slide muna tayo. Alright, smile guys. 1, 2, 3, smile. Alright, next slide. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Ayan, thank you so much everyone. Ayan, hindi na naka-open yung iba. Ayan, maraming salamat guys.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Mel.
Thank you. All right, again, tonight's event is made possible with the help of our supportive and generous partner, IXL, Blessed, To Us, and Startup Podcast PH. Follow us on all our social media accounts at @SlexPH Academy to keep you updated on all other announcements like free webinar like this. Of course, another way you can effectively learn and become #significantly better with us is by enrolling now on all our or any of our online course and self-paced program. Of course, this is our flagship course, Lean Six Sigma, Yellow Belt, and Green Belt. And this one is a compilation of all our self-paced program. So, pwede nyo siyang i-screenshot. Next is a bunch of free courses you may access now on our LMS. So ayan, sobrang dami po nating free courses. All you just need to do is log in at aslexph.com/courses to browse different courses we have for free. And then eventually this live would be part of LMS, so magiging free course na rin siya. And then, of course, ayan, visit lang aslexph.com/courses. So you can join as a group of 5 and pay for only 4 packs. Any courses that we have. So ayan, mga premium courses. And then next is the BillIs. So this is our newest partner, BillIs. BillIs is a buy now pay later app. So yeah, pwede kayong mag-down payment lang around 25% and up to 12 months yung low interest rate installments. And of course, Aklat. So you can have an access to all our elite range of courses across various fields with 90% off sale. So, ang dami pong courses nan. Ang total amount po nito, if not on sale, is 435,000. But now you can avail it for only 39,990. So, isa na dyan ang Lean Six Sigma Black Belt certification. Included yan, which is, ang amount is 150. So, this is all self-paced certifications and master classes. So, ayan. If interested kayo, guys, you can just message us through our social media account, which is aslexph.com, or email us at info@aslexph.com. And of course, we are thrilled to introduce the Escuela Juan. This is the Alpha's Create Your Own E-Learning Challenge 2023. And we believe you could be an invaluable part of this exciting journey. So every one of you professionals can create your own e-learning course with Alpha Escuela Juan project. So let me just share you the link of Escuela Juan if interested kayo, guys. Let me just paste it also on YouTube. Sorry. Sige, later I'll paste on YouTube. Hindi ko lang ma-paste right now. And next one is the Escuela Juan Flex Challenge. So with this challenge naman, you can just visit our page, Facebook page para sa detailed information. But the purpose of this challenge is para mas ganahan kayo to finish every courses that you have at aslexph.com. So may mga freebies kami na ibibigay and cash prizes. All you just need to do is post your selfies or any photo on social media na nagtitake kayo ng course sa Aslex and then tagging Escuela Juan. So ayan. And of course, ito ang Sulong Second Lifelong Learning Conference. So ayan guys, this is the biggest event of Alpha happening this December 2, 2023. So i-paste ko rin ang details here. So unfortunately, tapos na pong ating early birds rate noong October 31. And then, ayan, meron po tayong face-to-face and virtual rates. So, visit nyo lang yung primer link. And then, the registration link as well, I place it here na. So, ayan, everyone na nag-watch right now is invited to join this Second Philippine Lifelong Learning Conference with the team Sulong, Sustainable Lifelong Learning onto the Next Generation. And lastly, of course, if you support the cause of lifelong learning and continuous improvement, this is perfect for you guys. Alpha is still looking for partners and ambassadors. So ayan, to those who are interested, just message us again on all our social media accounts. And we're here na. So ayan, mag-join lang din kayo guys sa ating Alpha Alumni Network. And ayan, ating evaluation form. Let me just paste it here then. So for the instruction, refresh and wait, complete form correctly, middle initial not name, enter correct email address, and of course our e-certificate will be distributed in a week or 2. So I hope na-capture niyo ang ating evaluation form kasi magko-close ito after 30 minutes of tonight's event. All right, that would be all for this event. We hate to say goodbye, everyone, but in every beginning, there is always an end. But don't be sad. We just hope to invite you again next Friday, same time at 7 p.m. for another Alpha TV episode and pre-webinar like this. So once again, this is Alpha TV making you hashtag significantly better. Stay safe, everyone, and good night.
Weekend. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Vincent. Thank you so much, guys.